Have you ever stood in front of the bathroom mirror, brushing your teeth, and thought, if only these old chompers could grow back like they did when I was a kid? Or maybe you've sighed at the thought of another dental appointment, another crown. Or worse, another denture fitting. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. Many of us past 60 have spent more time in a dentist's chair than we'd care to admit. But what if I told you there's a breakthrough happening right now that could change everything we know about dental health? And not just for the younger generation, but for you too. Scientists are actually growing human teeth. Yes, real teeth that could one day regenerate naturally in your own mouth. Just like when you lost your baby teeth as a child, and a new set grew in. But this time, instead of the tooth fairy, it's science stepping in. And this breakthrough has the potential to completely rewrite the future of aging, especially for those of us who thought dentures or implants were the only options left on the table. Now you might be wondering, is this some kind of science fiction? Another lab experiment that won't see the light of day for decades? It's a fair question, but the truth is, this is already happening. Researchers are not just imagining it, they're making it a reality. In labs across the world, scientists have successfully grown teeth using stem cells, and they're getting closer to being able to implant those cells into a human mouth and trigger natural regrowth. Imagine that, your own body, creating a new tooth, just like it did when you were a child. That's not a dream. That's biology at its finest. And for those of us in our 60s, 70s, and beyond, this isn't just exciting, it's personal. Because let's be honest, as we age, dental health gets harder to maintain. Gum disease becomes more common. Tooth loss isn't just about appearance. It affects how we eat, how we speak, and how we feel. Dentures can be uncomfortable. Implants are expensive and invasive. And the sense of frustration, of feeling like your body is slowly giving out on you, that's something many of us know all too well. But now, the story is changing. Because what this breakthrough tells us is that aging doesn't have to mean accepting decline. Not in your smile, not in your confidence, and not in your health. Think about it. What if your body could do what it used to do decades ago? What if instead of losing teeth permanently, you could grow new ones from scratch? That kind of possibility doesn't just give us hope. It empowers us. It shows us that science is catching up with what we've always wanted. To age with grace, strength, and even a bit of renewal. Now, I know what you might be thinking. That all sounds amazing, but is it really going to happen in my lifetime? And the answer is yes. Some scientists believe the first clinical trials for human tooth regeneration could begin as soon as the next few years. That means this isn't some far-off fantasy for future generations. This could be something you or I may actually benefit from. Maybe not next week, but in the not-too-distant future. And here's the thing. Even if this particular technology takes time, it's part of a bigger wave of breakthroughs that are already reshaping what it means to get older. We're seeing advances in everything from stem cells and regenerative medicine to wearable tech that monitors our health in real time. This new age of science isn't just about living longer, it's about living better. That's why, even while we wait for these new teeth to grow, literally and figuratively, there are still things we can do today to take care of our existing smile. And that starts with believing that we're not too old for better health. Your mouth still matters. Your comfort still matters. And your ability to enjoy a meal, laugh with your grandkids, or speak with confidence, it definitely matters. So maybe today you've got a crown or two. Or you're cleaning your dentures for the umpteenth time. But just remember, your story isn't over. Your body is still capable of amazing things. And science? Science is finally starting to catch up to what we've always hoped for. A chance to feel whole again, right down to the roots of our teeth. Let's keep this conversation going, because the next part of this journey takes us even deeper into how your body, and your smile, could soon be getting a second chance. You know, it's pretty remarkable when you stop and think about how much the human body is capable of. especially when given the right tools and support. For years, scientists believed that once a tooth was lost, that was it. Game over. But now, research is turning that idea completely on its head. At the heart of this incredible discovery are stem cells. Now don't worry, we're not going to get too technical here. Just think of stem cells as the body's little repair workers. They're special because they can turn into different types of cells, depending on what the body needs. In this case, scientists have found a way to coax those cells into becoming something very specific: dental tissue. That's right. They're guiding those tiny cells to grow into the same structures that make up real teeth: roots, enamel, nerves, the whole deal. And here's the kicker. They're doing it by mimicking the same process that happens naturally when our baby teeth fall out. It's like turning the body's clock back, just enough to remind it how to grow again. That's not science fiction. That's real, and it's happening right now. Now, you might be wondering, how would this work for someone my age? And that's a fair question. Because let's face it, our bodies change a lot after 60. Healing takes longer. Bones aren't as dense. Gums recede. But here's where the science gets even more exciting. The researchers aren't just focused on young people. In fact, many of them are looking at how regenerative treatments can benefit older adults specifically. They know we're the ones who need it most. They're designing this technology with aging bodies in mind, with the goal of making it safe, effective, and accessible. Imagine going to your dentist, not for another painful implant, but for a treatment that activates your own body to regrow what you've lost. No screws, no plates, just you healing yourself. That kind of care could change how we age and how we feel about aging. Of course, while the science catches up to our hopes, there are things we can be doing right now to keep our mouths ready for this future. One of the most important things? Taking care of the foundation, your gums. Because even if a new tooth could grow, it still needs a healthy home to settle into. Brushing twice a day, flossing, staying hydrated. These things matter more than ever. Not because they'll magically regrow teeth on their own, but because they keep your gums strong and healthy, ready to support any future advances in dental regeneration. And if you're someone who's already wearing dentures or partials, don't feel like you're out of the picture. Far from it. In fact, one of the goals of regenerative dentistry is to reduce our dependence on synthetic replacements altogether. The hope is that someday, those plates and prosthetics will become a thing of the past. A story we tell our grandkids about how back in our day we had to take our teeth out at night. Can you imagine that? Laughing about how we used to soak our teeth in a cup while the future generation grows theirs back like nothing ever happened. That's the kind of future we're heading toward, and it's not that far off. But while we're dreaming about tomorrow, it's also important to stay grounded in today. One of the best ways to stay connected to your health is by staying curious, just like you're doing right now. Watching videos like this, learning about what's new, asking questions, and staying engaged, that matters. Your interest, your willingness to keep exploring, is what keeps you young at heart. Because let's be honest, aging isn't always easy. Sometimes it feels like your body is working against you, like every year adds a new ache or another thing that doesn't quite work like it used to. But then something like this comes along, and it reminds us that the story isn't over. That we're still part of a world that's moving forward, and we still have so much to look forward to. Just the fact that you're here, watching, learning, and thinking about your health, that's a powerful thing. It means you haven't given up on your body or on what's possible. And I want to encourage you, keep that fire alive. Because the truth is, the more we care for ourselves now, the more we'll be able to benefit from these breakthroughs when they arrive. Even something as simple as a smile, it carries a different kind of energy when it's fueled by hope. And if this science keeps moving the way it is, your smile might just get a natural upgrade you never thought possible. So keep brushing. Keep asking questions. And most importantly, keep believing that amazing things are still ahead. Now, if someone had told us 20 or 30 years ago that we'd one day be growing our own teeth back, naturally, we probably would have laughed and said, sure, and maybe we'll grow hair back too while we're at it. But look where we are now. The world is changing fast, And for once, it's changing in a way that puts power back in our hands. Or in this case, back in our smiles. But here's something I think is just as important as the science: how this makes us feel. Because when you've lived long enough to see how your body shifts, how parts of it slow down, break down, or disappear altogether, you start to carry this quiet sense of loss. Not just physical, but emotional. Maybe it's the frustration of needing dentures. Or the embarrassment of avoiding photos because you don't like your smile anymore. It adds up. It takes a toll on confidence, on how we show up in the world, and how we connect with others. That's why this discovery matters so much. Not just because it's amazing scientifically, but because it gives us something that often fades with age: a sense of renewal. The possibility that even as we get older, our bodies can still surprise us. They can still heal. They can still grow. And that belief? That can be a powerful motivator. Now, I know what you might be thinking. This all sounds amazing, but how long do we have to wait? And that's a fair question. According to the researchers leading this charge, clinical trials are expected to begin soon, and the goal is to have these treatments available to the public by 2030. That's not far away. It's close enough that many of us watching today could be part of that first wave of people to benefit. So what can you do between now and then to prepare your body and your mindset for what's next? First, stay curious. Keep your ears open for updates in this area of medicine. We're living in a golden age of information, where knowledge is right at our fingertips. Whether it's reading articles, watching programs like this, or even chatting with your dentist about new developments, staying informed keeps you empowered. Second, don't underestimate the value of your daily habits. Yes, we talked about brushing and flossing, but let's go even deeper. What you eat affects your oral health more than many people realize. Foods high in calcium and vitamin D support bone strength, including the bones that hold your teeth in place. Leafy greens, dairy, fish. These aren't just good for your heart or your joints. They're also great for your gums and jawbone. Hydration is another big one. Dry mouth, which is common as we age or when taking certain medications, can accelerate tooth decay and gum disease. Sipping water throughout the day and staying hydrated supports your whole system, mouth included. And perhaps the most powerful thing you can do? Believe in your ability to thrive. Because breakthroughs like this, natural tooth regeneration, aren't just about medicine. They're about mindset, about knowing that aging doesn't mean giving up on your body. It means working with it, supporting it, and yes, sometimes even being surprised by it. If you've ever looked in the mirror and wished you could rewind the clock, just a little, this might be the closest thing to doing just that. But even if natural tooth regrowth never becomes part of your personal journey, the message is still the same. Don't count yourself out. Your body is still capable of growth, of healing, of adapting. And you? You are still very much in the game. While some animals like sharks and elephants can continuously grow new teeth, humans will soon be joining them. Fillings might patch up a tooth for a while, but they're far from perfect. Over time, they can actually weaken the tooth, wear out, and even lead to more decay or sensitivity. Implants, on the other hand, involve surgery and rely on having enough healthy bone to support them. At the end of the day, both are artificial fixes, and they don't fully bring back the natural strength or function of a real tooth. But lab-grown teeth could change all that. These teeth would regenerate naturally, becoming a true part of the jaw, just like the ones we were born with. They'd be stronger, last longer, and wouldn't come with the same risks of rejection or complications. It's a game changer for dental health. And before we go, I'd love to hear from you. What do you think about this breakthrough? Would you consider trying a treatment that could grow your teeth back naturally? Have you had struggles with dental health that this could change for you? Let's talk about it down in the comments. Because your experience, your thoughts, they matter. If you found this video inspiring or helpful, please give it a thumbs up. It really supports the channel and helps others find content like this. And if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe, as well as hit the bell icon beside it to get notified on our next video. Comment below, share with friends and family. We make weekly videos all about health, technology, finance, aging well, and tips on staying stronger and healthier in your golden years. Because at the end of the day, growing older doesn't have to mean giving up. It can mean growing into something new, something hopeful, and yes, even something regenerative. Here's to your smile, your strength, and your future. You deserve to live every year with joy, confidence, and just a little bit of wonder. Thanks for watching. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video. And look for fresh videos every week.